Yeah, I haven't even had the chance to. Hello again, everybody.
Oh, hey.
Welcome to the 25.4 podcast.
An unrehearsed, hastily assembled program presenting inside opinions and forecasts on major issues of the day.
We're back.
I'm sure you'd still have a soundboard app after a month.
I was afraid it might not work anymore.
I get to charge that Windows Phone.
Code rot.
Code rot.
Code rot.
So, we're back. We took a European vacation and took 3 weeks off.
There are really only 3. It looks like 4 according to
Well,
the
it was almost a month. The last show was on the 25th.
We skipped 3 weeks, so it's been 4 weeks since we did a show. Yeah. Hey, maybe we should go around the room and introduce ourselves.
Maybe we should.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Hi. Okay, I'm Tim. I was responding to Andrew, but...
I was waiting for you to finish it off.
I was too.
I'm Esmeralda.
Are you wearing... Are you bedazzled tonight?
Bedazzled? Who's bedazzled?
Esmeralda sounds like a name that would be bedazzled.
Oh, Esmeralda. Do you know who Esmeralda was?
Gypsy name.
No, you'd have to have been into popular '60s sitcoms.
Oh yeah, then I'm all over that one.
Right. Some of us weren't alive in the 60s.
I wasn't either.
Was that the cat from Bewitched?
Ding, ding, ding! There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Esmeralda.
Yeah, I wasn't alive in the 60s either.
Yeah, see, he knew because he's in his 40s like me.
God. There's my first grievance for the night.
Nice.
And speaking of grievances, let's begin.
With the airing of grievances, I got a lot of problems with you people.
Yeah, and they've been building up for the last month almost, so let's get right to it, shall we?
Have you been edging your grievances, Andy?
Been edging and docking my grievances. I was fine for a couple of those weeks because I was kind of out away, really sort of out of touch with things. So
You were at summer camp, right?
I was at summer camp for 1 week, and yeah,
That giggle.
I was in tents, so we didn't have any bunk beds at summer camp.
Did you say hi?
It was a real Boy Scout summer camp, not not like fat camp or something.
Fat camp? That's what you came up with, fat camp.
Yeah, that's what I came up with. Or Meatballs. Any of you guys seen Meatballs? Tim and Brandon, you guys are too young, probably.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I've seen Meatballs. I think I've seen Meatballs once, like back when it came out, and that's the last time I ever saw it. I recognize the title. That's about the extent of it. I do know the topic.
It's a great Bill Murray
Did you guys
vehicle.
help them thread the film into the projector at the movie theater for the Meatballs showing, or
I don't know what you're talking about now.
that was an ageism.
That could have been a possibility. Yes, I did that a lot in high school. I did have to film in projectors in high school. So.
Well, I think our grievances might have somewhat of a common theme tonight. So, Robert, why don't you go ahead and get started?
Well, I just think it's kind of funny watching some bloggers and certain journalists run around trying to find their fucking cheese. I just find it hilarious. The whole RTM thing and watching these guys. I mean, I've been saying for weeks, this is a WAS world. It's Windows as a service. There will not be an RTM. We will get a build that is released that goes everywhere to everybody at once, and that's the way it'll work from now on. And watching these guys, watch people try to wrap their minds around it. There's a reason why these guys don't write code. And I'm saying guys specifically here because I am speaking about a couple of guys. People like Mary Jo Foley are not grouped into this this group. These guys this is the reason why they don't code, is because they can't wrap their heads around things like that. It's kind of complicated, I guess. But anyway, it was amusing watching that go on.
Andy, oh, that's me. Yeah. I was actually going to frame this. We'll frame my part of the RTM stuff as a affirmation, so I'll hold off. My real grievance this week is, again, with the Microsoft band, because my band is just starting to disintegrate pretty much in front of my eyes, I think. And also, the latest issue I have is the action button has gotten at times so gummed up that it doesn't do anything. It's working right now, but
I've
What are
stopped
you doing
wearing
with your
mine.
band that your buttons are getting gummed up, buddy?
I'm not doing anything. I don't even exercise, so I'm not sweating a ton. I mean, the week away at summer camp, I sweat a lot, and that was when the
Summer camp. God.
I love it.
all right.
Sorry.
If I said Boy Scout camp, would that make it better?
Maybe.
Well, now
you
you
would
just
be a
sound like
role
a
model. You would be a role model to your son. That is acceptable.
Okay. So when I was at Boy Scout camp, I sweat a lot,
That's right. Okay, go on.
and that was when the little lining stuff started tearing off. But
Yep. I've stopped
know.
wearing mine as well.
I guess I'm starting to look forward to the band too. I'll say that.
I had not had any problems with mine until recently, and then the last couple of days
Oh, stop
Wow.
touching.
Oh,
that happened.
Damn.
Yeah, it's basically ripped the clasp right off. I don't know where. I mean, I'm assuming I caught it on something, but I can't remember where I could have possibly caught it that would have ripped it off like that. So, fortunately, I got Microsoft Complete, so I should be able to just pop into a store and accidental damage or warranty damage, they'll just replace it. So.
You're still under a year anyway, so you would.
Yeah, well, the regular warranty wouldn't cover accidental damage, but the Microsoft Complete does.
You should wait until they run out of stock and see if you get a band too.
Yeah,
That's what I was hoping too when I when I replaced mine, but that was way too early.
And my other
I'd like to get it. Wait till they go out of stock. Walk in with a busted up band, and then get my $200 back, and then go buy a band too. That's what I think might be a little bit more feasible.
Or if you, because typically they'll give you a refurbished one, like fully
Yeah.
functional, but you can still sell that thing at least for something.
Yeah,
Depends on what the band 2 costs though.
I'm not getting too much issues on mine except for that right there.
Yep, that's what I had really bad on the first one.
Yep, that's what you showed Timmy, and that's kind of what I'm seeing as well. On
My
mine.
my second
Just
one
started
did
noticing
that.
that in the last couple weeks.
My
I
second
wonder-
one did that in 2 days.
I wonder if you guys have got, what size do you have?
Large.
Medium.
large.
All right, well, that blows that. Maybe large is still too small for you.
That's possible. But, I mean, just the way it takes to put on is I have to stretch it, quite a bit, and that's where those little ends start to separate.
Yeah. See, with mine, I think mine's a large. It might be a medium, but I mean, my hand almost goes completely through it without even stretching the arms
Oh,
out. So I haven't had
Jesus.
any of that issue.
Yeah, I have my medium when it's on my wrist. It's on the tightest it'll go. So it's about as big as it can be for my wrist with still being able to wear it. So
I do have to say it still is a fantastic alarm clock for me every single day. That's the only thing I wear it for. It's at 4 o'clock in the morning. It vibrates my wrist and I get up. And no phone nonsense or any of that shit. So that's the only purpose it serves. I put it on when I go to bed, take it off when I wake up. Because otherwise, I tried wearing it while working out, doing CrossFit for 3 or 4 weeks. I wore it every day, sweated in it profusely, constantly did the workout tracking, which proved to be useless because any of the insights or analytics that they give on the dashboard don't pertain to general workouts. You have to actually do like a running workout or a guided workout or any of those shenanigans, not just a, hey, you're moving really fast for a long time. Maybe we can read your heart rate and give you some info. But So it became useless at that point. Fear of breaking it, so I just took it off.
So my last grievance with the band, real quick, is the golf tracking stuff.
Oh no!
And only because I haven't been able to try it yet, because
Oh.
they still haven't added the course that I play every week. So
You had me heartbroken for a minute.
yeah,
It's good.
and I haven't heard from anybody or seen any write-ups on it, how well it works or anything yet. So I really have no idea.
Saw one like 2 weeks ago that it was pretty good. Like for the most part, it was good. It had an extra stroke or short of a stroke on a couple holes.
Sometimes an extra stroke is good. You need that extra
I'll
stroke.
take it.
Let's see, Tim, what's your grievance tonight?
The Ninja fucking cat. The Ninja cat and anything related needs to go the fuck away because this has gotten out of control. The very first one was cool, neat, fine. Now, just do yourself a little favor and go search the Ninja Cat hashtag. And right now, I'm looking at the unicorn. What the hell? Yeah, this thing pulling a little cart with a ball sitting inside of it, with a cat, with a dinosaur chasing them, with narwhals in the water on a road of bacon. What the fuck is this? I'm sick of seeing the write-ups about it. It's fine to have the fan art and that type of stuff, but seeing the constant articles of check out this new render and check out that new one, it's irritating. There's some cool ones, but overall, it's obnoxious.
Yeah, you guys get off Tim's lawn.
I'm on board with that grievance 150%.
So I'll come back to that in the affirmation, Bobby. Back off. But it's out of control.
All right, cleanup batter, Brandon. What you got?
I don't got Windows 10 Mobile on my Lumia icon, and that is my grievance for the last 4 weeks. Still no Windows 10 Mobile on my icon. So I am admittedly refusing to restore the 8.1 image, OEM image, to the icon to attempt to see if that gets me up to 10. I'm purposefully refusing to do that for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to do that and then have it not work and now have to reset my whole fucking phone up again. This is my daily driver. Number two, the upgrade path is supposed to be something that they want us testing as insiders. And they want us to, really stick with testing all these various upgrade scenarios. So that's what I'm doing. However, tweets, posts on the forums, no answers. No responses. Nobody's asking me any questions from Microsoft. What do you have set up? Can you send us more information? Da 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 da. Nobody gives a shit. So I'm just gonna wait. Just gonna wait for it to RTM. Oh.
Maybe they have all your telemetry and know what the problem is and don't need any input from you.
Well, that's fine. They could at least say, "Hey, we're working on it."
Yeah, but what if you're like you and like two other people are like 0.0007% of the people having it installed?
That's fine.
You just want to be treated like the special little snowflake you are.
Well, and my mama said. So I'm just going to continue to make it my grievance until I get it.
At what point are you spending more time having a grievance about it versus just doing the restore and starting over?
Oh, I've literally stopped caring. I no longer care. This is a
That's clear. That's very clear.
This is we're covering grievances from the last 3 weeks, so 4 weeks. So this is yeah. This is old. I don't even check for updates anymore. I think I actually may have unenrolled my phone from Insider Builds because I would constantly get prompted that there was an update, and then it would fail, and my phone would reboot in the middle of the night too, and then I'd wake up to a screen that says the update failed, and then in the middle of the afternoon the update failed, and so I said, "Fuck it, I don't want." So I'm pretty sure I unenrolled from it the last time. So that's my grievance. That's about the only one I could come up with for this week.
Well, alrighty then. Let's move on.
I'm still scrolling Ninja Cat Twitter for some reason, looking at how obnoxious some of these are.
It's been a while. I'm rusty. I can't find the right button. Let's do some daily affirmations, shall we?
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Biscuits and gravy. That sounds like a good idea for. You could eat. So you could eat those for breakfast. Maybe have a
Have your biscuits and gravy Lay's for
a Reuben for lunch,
Yep.
and top it all off with something European, a gyro.
The euro. Yep.
Did I miss something? Did you just start mid-thought on something and what just happened?
I'm responding to Tim.
I shared a picture of 4 other somebody I'm friends with on Facebook works for Lay's and shared a picture of 4 disgusting Lay's chip flavors: Southern biscuits and gravy, New York Reuben, a kettle-cooked Greektown gyro, and wimpy West Coast truffle fries.
You know, they do that contest. I think they've done it a couple of times. You know, you make up a flavor or whatever.
The truffle fries sound really good, actually.
I'd be all over that biscuits and gravy.
I
Since I
love
can't
biscuits
really
and
eat
gravy.
biscuits and gravy anymore, that's as close as I'll get to it at this point.
That's brutal.
It is ugly, isn't it?
You know who has really good biscuits and gravy? I guess not. McDonald's does. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
Is that even possible?
And it's on the regular menu here, but when I was doing that secret menu lookup stuff earlier this week, so one of the articles said it's on the secret menu, so I guess you can't get it everywhere. But maybe if you ask for it. Although why would they have gravy though? Why would McDonald's have gravy and not have it on the menu? You know what I mean?
That is weird.
Odd. And what kind of gravy? I mean, I
That's what I was
doubt
trying to
very
figure out.
seriously they're making homemade gravy.
Oh, I'm
They're
sure
not.
it like comes in a big bag. I'm sure like the soup does a Panera bread. But it's tasty. It's all get out.
I don't care where it came from, as long as it tastes good and I'm still breathing after I eat it.
No promises there, Tim.
At least for 60 minutes.
All right, well, we've gotten a little bit off track there. Maybe we can come back to the McDonald's secret menu after dark.
Maybe was that your affirmation? Biscuits
No,
and gravy?
it was not at all.
That's kind of where I thought you were going. The multi-flavor potato chips was your affirmation.
Food in
No,
front of
Tim,
me, got
Tim
distracted.
got me distracted. Oh, squirrel.
Squirrel.
So, let's see. Oh, go ahead, Brandon. Why don't you tell us what you're happy about?
Well, I got a few things. I had a good last month. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm actually getting paid to do Windows 10 mobile development, which is pretty sweet. I got a new tattoo.
Congratulations!
Thank you, sir. And we are heading to Florida as a family of 5. That includes the 1.5-year-old for our first ever family vacation at the beginning of August.
That sounds like a grievance.
Congratulations!
That would be a
Yes.
grievance for me.
The studio
Yes.
audience is excited.
both nervous and excited for that because we couldn't get a direct flight, so we're actually changing planes.
Oh my god.
So it's gonna be an adventure getting there and coming back, but hopefully their R&R while we're there will make up for it. So I do have I can screen share quite readily if anybody would like to see the tattoo.
I was gonna say, because if you don't,
Or I can
if you
take my
don't,
shirt off.
I don't
If
want
you
to see you
don't
take your
share-
shirt off myself.
if you don't share, we can only assume it's the tramp stamp.
All right, well, give me a second here.
We need some stripper music for this.
No, I'm not gonna take my shirt off.
What? Come on.
I'll just share a picture. Hold on.
Have your wife take her shirt off and show her matching tattoo.
All right, is it working?
I think you misunderstand the meaning of the word readily. Readily means like right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
I have the window open. Can you guys see it?
I see a mouse.
Do you see it at all? No?
No?
Black.
Can I do another grievance?
Go ahead.
No, it's just playing out right in front of our faces.
What?
There it-
Hangouts closed?
There it is.
There it was.
There we go. Can you see it now?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So obviously the red is just because that was right after the tattoo was finished. So
Do you plan on
Very
getting
nice.
it colored or no?
no color,
That's
just black and
awesome.
gray.
No, I mean down the road. Now I see black and gray.
No, I'm not gonna get any color at all. No.
You're a little puffy. Are you drinking enough water? Oh, that's right. I forgot. You only have one kidney.
Did I just get called puffy by viewing my shoulder blades? Jesus. Wow. He's calling me puffy. They just called me puffy.
Puff the magic dragon.
Alright, well, there it is.
Awesome.
I'm done.
It's
Awesome
very
stuff,
nice.
That looks great. How many sessions did that take to get?
Just 2 hours.
2 hours.
Really? Wow.
2 hours seems that seems quick.
That
Yeah,
does.
he went really fast when he was like, all right, you want to stand up and look at this first half? I was like, okay, and I stood up and I was like, holy shit, you're literally halfway done. He was like, yeah, I forgot to tell you, I go pretty fast. And I thought that was kind of dumb because he gets paid by the hour. So why would he was fast as hell. So
All right.
Very cool. Robert?
Stuff.
Well, I'm actually going to get paid to do something that I was doing for free now, and that's be on Twitter, which is weird.
Oh.
yeah, except
Yeah.
now you have to behave, don't you?
Yeah, well, only on that account. So I guess I can say that. So the company that I work for is actually, which used to do nothing but basically be a VAR, a value-added reseller of data center hardware, is branching out into developing their own small cell mobile edge compute piece of hardware, and it's got tech from Tango Networks, Saguna Networks, TLF, and basically it's a small cell appliance that acts as a small cell, but also has onboard video caching, video caching, voice caching, voice over LTE, exactly. And so anyway, all this stuff is coming together, and they kind of laid out the whole, hey, the other business is going away because nobody's buying big, huge Oracle data center hardware anymore. And we're going to do this new thing over here. You should all probably start figuring out what you want to do over here. And a lot of people haven't. So I volunteered to do the social media. So that's what I'm doing now. It's kind of cool.
Congratulations!
Oh,
So how much
and
did you
if
get paid for that spiel right there?
$5 billion. Oh, I forgot one other thing. In case I hadn't said it enough today, I was right about RTM.
No, you haven't. Thank you.
Well, my affirmation was that I'm just happy that all the other problems in the Windows/Windows Phone world are figured out, that we can spend so much time worrying about whether there's an RTM or not. So
Focusing on the other stuff is just depressing. So.
well, I suppose there are apparently going to be 2 new Windows phones later this year.
Yeah, there will be. And one of the high-end ones requires a flip cover to use wireless charging. That'll be my grievance next week. I've got a few things to say about that.
It's going to be like a Surface cover.
Mm,
Isn't that what the article said?
mm.
That
Your
was
phone
perfect.
vibrating?
Bullshit, gimmicky crap. I've got a fucking Lumia 830 that's got wireless charging in it. You're telling me you're going to put together a 5.2-inch device and not put integrated wireless charging in it, but you're going to put it in the 5.7-inch device. What kind of logic is that? I don't.
It's the kind of logic that's gotten Windows Phone to where it is today, Robert.
It's insane.
And obviously these devices have been in the works for some time before the recent little shakeups.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully I don't know. I may not even get the next one. I may wait and see what happens at the beginning of next year if this rumored high-end Surface type phone actually comes to fruition.
Come on. Somebody who has a Lumia Hoarder in their Twitter bio, you're telling me you're not going to get the first Windows 10?
I'm sick of having to make compromises. I've made a compromise, 2 compromises for the 930. I don't have Glance, and I don't have LTE. Okay, LTE, not that big a deal. Glance was a little bit harder of adjustment, but I got over it. The 830's fine, but it's laggy, and it has a shitty processor in it.
And the Bluetooth sucks.
And the Bluetooth sucks. It's just every single device that's supposed to be something turns out to have some deficiency, and I'm just tired of compromising. I think if you're going to put together 2 high-end devices whose specs are virtually identical, you don't deviate on something like wireless charging. It makes no fucking sense to require people to have a flip cover for wireless charging.
And if you're going to require a case,
device.
If you're going to require a case, make it like they had with the 925, where it's just a back and not a dumbass.
Yeah, I mean, I did okay with the 1020. I mean, I had to have an attachment for that, and I'd be okay with something along those lines if it was fairly low profile and discreet.
But not a cover.
But not a cover. It's a 5.2-inch phone. It's not a phablet. It doesn't need a fucking cover. That's stupid.
were you just putting deodorant on, Robert?
No, I was scratching my underarm.
I'm with you. I don't do cases on my phones ever, or covers or anything like that. So I think that's ridiculous. And it's funny how even all of our affirmations kind of turn around and come back to being grievances. Tim, what do you got?
So I think we're on affirmations, right?
Yes, we are still.
So right back to the Ninja Kazoo, the Ninja Cat stuff and everything related to it. You could tell just from commercials, TV commercials now, and the fact that Microsoft takes time to write a blog post and say, "Hey, here's the official wallpapers for all the Ninja Cat bullshit and nonsense." It's just a good thing. It doesn't hurt anything. It's none of the bad stuff like I was whining about before, so get back on my lawn. It's okay. It's just irritating. So I think it's a good testament to show continued marketing and a good push for everything in the next few months.
I guess it's the internet does what the internet does. It overdoes it.
And I'm typically okay with the overdoing. I can follow the llamas being chased around a city one day. It was glorious.
See, that's like a one-time spontaneous thing. Of course you're going to watch that.
I remember that.
You guys did not have the enthusiasm I did.
No, we did not.
I was finding animated GIFs, all that shit. And it's GIF. It's not a GIF, by the way. Don't even start.
We were
was
having fun.
glorious.
We were having fun watching him in the Slack room talk about watching the llamas on TV.
That was a good day. See?
That was a funny day. That was funny.
So, yeah, I'm typically okay with overdoing it, but I don't know. This one's just getting old.
I'm kind of anxious to get to the plugs tonight because I want to know what Tim's plug is.
I don't have a plug.
Oh, did somebody?
Stuff.
Somebody
Oh no! I put it.
must be playing tricks on us then.
I was gonna say the author beside it says Tim, so nobody's put
No.
that in for him.
That was me. That was supposed to go in affirmation.
What?
That actually brought me. Okay, thanks. That brings me back to where I wanted to go. I wrote stubs with balls. What that means is, so in all the Ninja Cat nonsense, in the 3 million variations, there are a couple gems, like the T-Rex chasing Bulmer, holding the little flare from Jurassic Park. So Stubbs is T-Rex in that case, and Balls is Bulmer. I wrote it that way so you guys would know what I was going to talk about.
So we would think it was all dirty and.
That just comes
And,
natural.
and Andrew would get all excited for the explanation.
Yeah,
That just comes natural. But so there are a couple gems out there. I'm guessing somebody has seen that
I
one.
think the one where all three of the variations, the whale, the T-Rex, and the Chris Pratt Jurassic pose, Velociraptor pose, that one was pretty good.
I did not see that one. Here, I'm gonna share this just because I. Oh shit! What are you doing? That one.
That one's pretty good.
See, there are a couple decent ones.
All right. I guess that's it. We did it.
No ball plugs tonight. Sorry.
Butt plugs? What?
Oh, did anybody else have a plug? I closed OneNote. I didn't see him.
Yeah, I do.
Go for it.
I'm watching this new show on USA Network called Mr. Robot, and it's really, really good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's pretty raw. It's about a group of hackers, and the main character actually has a drug addiction, and da-da-da-da-da. So it's actually pretty good. It's a really good show. So highly recommend it if you get a chance to catch it. I think they're doing the whole VOD. They might even have the episodes, like full episodes, up on the web after they air. So check it out. It's Mr. Robot on USA Wednesday nights at 9, I believe, is when it airs.
So is all the all the happenings and terminology, and they're not writing a GUI to reverse hack the IP address. None of that nonsense is going on.
No, it actually
in VB.net.
Yeah, right. It's actually pretty. I mean, obviously they're making up 90% of what they're talking about, but it's legit in the sense that every time you see this guy go to hack somebody, he's at a command prompt, and it's in like some Unix shell that he's doing it. So it's actually pretty. I appreciate that aspect of it. You see him running commands like grep and chmod and da-da-da-da-da, doing that stuff. So it's halfway legit.
Yeah, except that that's not really hacking.
Well, agreed.
chmod.
I'm looking for something now that I saw earlier today about Mr. Robot. I don't know if I'll be able to find it or not.
Oh.
Mr. Robot, this show you're talking about.
And the most important part is the lead character. I haven't figured out what his actual name is in real life. He looks startlingly similar to our good friend Sebastian. It's actually pretty uncanny. See if I can find his real name real quick. And I'll put mug up on him here.
In that same vein, there's a new show, I think it's on AMC, called Humans. Or Human. I can't remember exactly which. I've been DVRing it. I've only watched 2 episodes of it, but so far it's actually pretty good. It's about the human-like AI that's pervasive in the world, and how some of them have actually become self-aware and are behaving in a very human way. So it's kind of interesting.
Do any of you guys watch *Halt and Catch Fire*?
Mm-hmm.
I've
Also,
heard of it.
I believe on names.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
I say yet
That's
because
a
I
good
might, but I don't know. There's something about revisiting that time period on television. I like that. I couldn't get into that whole sitcom. What was it called? The Millers. Or
I watched that.
Oh yeah.
The ones
That's
about
pretty funny.
the people the 80s. Every time they go back to the 80s or the early 90s, it just kind of creeps me out a little bit. I don't know why. It's kind of odd.
Okay, can you guys see this? See my screen?
Yes,
This
that
guy.
looks
Yeah.
nothing like Sebastian.
Is he in
come
is he in
on.
One Direction or something?
I knew you guys would do this to me. I don't even know why I bothered.
Well, I've seen him before. I've seen him in the promos for it. But yeah, I don't think he looks like Sebastian. I mean, Sebastian has, I don't know, for one thing, blonde hair.
Frenchie, all over his face. Canadian. Or does that not look? Does that not show on a person's face?
Remind me never to have to stand in a lineup where Brandon is responsible for picking out the criminal.
Wow. Wow.
That might not end well for me.
Jesus.
You know what?
Alrighty then.
Carry on, guys. I'm still looking for this thing I wanted to find.
Well, are we in After Dark now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, that's good.
Yeah, so unlike the first half of the show, now is the part where we just kind of freeform it and talk about whatever we want.
So why does Twitter hate its users? I don't understand. Everybody got used to having their custom backgrounds. People had set them up on the web. They were in use, and Twitter just one day says, fuck you.
Display none.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
You can't have that anymore.
I do kind of want to know, like, what their when they were in some meeting at some point in time. They said, you know what, XYZ, so we get rid of Twitter backgrounds. I want to know what the XYZ was.
What can we do to make people talk about us more?
I don't know.
That's
Maybe it has
sarcastic, but not really. I mean,
I've seen some people banding about the theory that it's about ads, that everybody having the same background, the same white background, makes it easier for them to integrate ads in.
I'd buy that.
And my issue with them is that they are so focused on monetizing the platform that they continually fuck over their users and fuck over developers. And we'll see if something comes out of, what is their developer conference called? Flight. Yeah, if something comes out of Flight that displays some kind of change in attitude towards the development community. But if they want to not lose users, stop doing things to piss them off. You know, casual users set stuff up and they're not really into it, and then Twitter starts screwing around and it peels them off. So the only people that are left are the hardcore junkies like us. That's no fun. So, anyway, that's my rant about that.
I feel like they're the only game in town, so they get carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want. Like, nothing's replaced them yet. Nothing has replaced them. So they literally get to do whatever the hell they want until somebody else invents something that gives them competition. And thus far, nobody has done to the scale that Twitter has.
No, especially not that artistic funny farm over at LO.
Yeah, right.
Hipster funny farm over there. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, I guess if all you're into is art or design, it's probably perfect. But I haven't seen any reason for me to be on it other than that. I mean, there's no real value in that service.
What was that paid one that tried to come out a while ago? Right? It was like right after. Yeah, app.net.
App.net, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought I remember too. Whatever happened to that?
I think it's still around. I just don't know how many subscribers they have.
Oh, didn't they shut down recently?
No.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Sorry, Bobby was typing. I forgot that.
I was wondering where that was.
Yep, app.net is still alive.
It is still alive.
But they only have an Android and a iPhone app, of course.
Why don't
Of
we
course, they have an
around?
API.
Did you see my? I did a fixed it for you at CNET today. CNET said that Twitter's developer conference, Twitter's conference for mobile devs, is starting up. You know, whatever. And I did a fixed it for you, and I said Twitter's conference for iOS, like devs, is
Accurate. That was accurate. So
I can come up with another grievance having done all this Windows 10 mobile development in the past couple weeks. Dude, you would not believe the number of broken links I'm finding in the MSDN documentation. It is ridiculously frustrating. Like, not just not being able to find stuff, but like getting to a page that has a da-da-da-da-da, here's what this does, here's how to do it. For more information, go to this quick start guide. Sweet, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Click the quick start, page not found, MSDN. Are you frickin' kidding me? Just all over the place.
they're updating.
That's
Why-
not new at all. That's sadly, I mean, but run into that all the time.
I never hit it with
Other
old stuff.
topic.
I only hit it since the Windows RT stuff. That's when I started hitting it. As of Windows 8.1 Universal, that's when I started hitting it.
I think when something starts evolving rapidly, like I hit it with Azure stuff constantly, and you just think of how fast that stuff moves. Somebody just picks up a link, like, hey, they do their own search, grab a link, and then they link to it, and whatever system they have in place for managing redirects and migrating links, it just doesn't get. It's just not part of that. Unfortunately. I think you could probably, it was probably live at one point, so if you do like a archive search on the URL, you could probably at least get some content.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried like a Wayback Machine or whatever.
Yeah, I've done that once or twice, and it's at least gotten me what I wanted.
Okay, I'll take the suggestion. But yeah, I'm using template 10 from Jerry Nixon. He created this web library he's trying to come up with a set of templates for Universal projects that he hopes will eventually show up in Visual Studio 2015, but they don't yet today. And so I pulled down the GitHub repo, and bless the guy's heart, he's really trying to do something good, but for crying out loud, it is like 30% baked. It's not even half baked. It's like 30 or 40% baked. I've submitted like 3 or 4 pull requests back to him already, and I've only had the code for like a week. So it's rough.
Well, if you watched the Jumpstart where they revealed all that stuff, you're doing exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
Pull request.
Well, the thing is he hasn't accepted any of them. And I'm like, all right, man, fine. So be it.
Maybe he doesn't know who you are.
Oh, he knows who I am.
He doesn't know how big a deal you are.
Right.
God.
No, I imagine he's a little busy right now.
A little bit.
Well, he should be doing. I mean, this template 10 effort, in my opinion, that should be like 80% of his job right now. That's going to push forward universal app development further than anything else he's doing, in my opinion.
So, Brandon, you're actively working on a UAP app, correct?
UWP, my friend. But yes.
Is that what it is? UWP? Sorry.
Yes. Yes, I am.
For upload to YouTube, I assume?
Oh. This is actually for work.
He has a job, remember?
Well, I know he's got a job, but that's like
you have a job too.
priority
I don't want to bring it up. But...
75% of the crew here has a job, right?
Is anybody working on a UWP for one of your existing apps, personal apps?
Not yet. I'm waiting on the final tools.
Well, and that's the other thing, I should have thrown this in grievances. This fact that you can't work on UWPs right now until Windows RTMs, incredibly frustrating. Well, you can't. I shouldn't say it. You can't work on UWPs with Visual Studio RTM.
Right.
Windows RTMs.
If you have the betas still or the preview, you can still continue to work, right?
Yeah, I can crash the 2015 RC at will right now. I know about 3 different ways that I can crash it consistently all day, every day. And I want to get to the RTM bits so badly, but I can't. And that's been frustrating the shit out of me the last couple of weeks.
And those RTM bits will not be released until the 29th,
right?
The same day as Windows will be shipping out to quote-unquote normals.
Normals.
And that's the same day that the store is opening up for submissions. So what the hell's up with that?
I think
What's up with that?
This is a phased rollout of Windows 10. Even it doesn't just because it's available in some new machines on the 29th. Insiders are going to get it first, but all these other people that have upgraded and done their reservations, they're going to trickle out slowly.
But how many insiders? How many insiders are there?
I think last count it was about 5 million.
So that's quite a few, isn't it?
Yeah, but how many of those are developers? I'm still to this day seeing developers on Twitter that are like, oh, I guess I should install Windows 10 now.
Yeah, I would guess 20 to 30% are probably developers.
Yeah. And
what I have to understand is why isn't the store open for UWP before launch?
That's my point as
crazy
well.
That's what I thought you were getting
probably
at.
still
Right.
under development.
Why wouldn't you want to have some apps in there?
It's probably not done.
And all the existing apps run on Windows 10.
Most.
Right, but if the store isn't built, wouldn't you want devs submitting apps to the store to figure out what the fuck is broken? That's the whole point of this.
I would assume that they're going to do that when it becomes live. They're not done. Microsoft has had to re-architect their entire back fucking end in a year to make this happen. Come on, be a little forgiving here. Crap.
Well, they did the same thing with Windows Phone 8. Wasn't it 8? Yeah, with 8.
We could submit before it launched on each of those.
No.
You couldn't get the tools until it launched. You couldn't get the SDK for Windows Phone 8 until it launched, unless you were on the inside.
Huh. I guess I don't remember that.
Vaguely familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, with 7.5. Well, part of it was because you had to have new hardware, and nobody had new hardware either.
Yeah.
But you could still, you could do it on an emulator. That's what they always say to people who say, "Oh, I don't have a phone." Well, you can use an emulator.
I got a Windows.
I remember that now because I remember being pissed because they gave us little bits of Windows 8, but they never gave us the full Monty because they didn't want those emulators out and revealing all of the changes they made to 8. We did get a couple pre-releases, but we didn't get. But it was like we got 2 right at the beginning, and then it was a huge lag wait time until RTM for Windows Phone 8. That's what I'm remembering now that you say that.
You said a dirty word.
And so, Microsoft has their own UWP apps in the store now, right? I haven't spent a lot of time with Windows 10, honestly. So
all these ones are UWPs.
I just installed the RTM build onto my desktop today.
Mail, calendar, calculator, the store, Groove.
And those have been there for a while, right?
Yeah.
So the store is good to go to take some apps, obviously, right?
They're
by the people that write the store.
Well,
testing your own code, guys.
The issue with the store for developers is that all of that infrastructure had to be merged together, so that it conformed to the whole universal model. You put your code up there, and everything all just works. There's not 2 different stores, so all that had to change. I'm sure that they've been getting their UWPs in. They've been testing the system. We've been getting updates of UWP apps with Windows 10 this whole time. So they have done some testing. It hadn't been completely test free. It'll be interesting to see what happens when they actually do have a load that they have to worry about. But there's not gonna. Is there really going to be a mad rush?
The store just crashed for me, FYI.
No. That's why we're still getting updates.
Just looking at screenshots.
Whether or not it's going to be a mad rush is, I think they're setting themselves up for one by not allowing devs to help them test the store.
But how many developers today, right now, have a UWP app ready to go, and they're just sitting there with their finger on the trigger, waiting to upload it to the store?
Well, if you gave them tooling 6 months ago,
I think that's one of the $1 million questions.
Let's ask.
Well, there's
Well,
4 developers in this room. Raise your hand if you fit that criteria.
Because the problem is, if there aren't, if developers don't write Windows 10 UWP apps, then the whole thing's
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of for naught anyway.
yeah,
Because
I don't think that's the issue. I think
Right.
I don't think that's not going to happen. I just don't think that
Timing.
Microsoft was ever expecting a huge flood, especially like Tim said, because of the time.
Well, if the tools were available 3 months ago, there'd be a lot of shit ready today.
Yeah.
Due to the volume of changes happening in a very short timeline, this is where we're at today.
I mean, think about all the change that's had to happen on the back end over the course of the last 12 months to support Windows as a Service, UWP, and at some point, I mean, they're not just writing new stuff; they're having to change all the existing stuff while they're going along the line. So there's going to be this huge kind of hump that they have to get over, and once they get over that hump, then you're going to start to see things really accelerate. New stuff's going to come out faster, updates are going to come out faster when they're not having to focus on all this architectural change to support this new stuff. Things are going to move fast, but it is a lot of different stuff has got to come together at just the right time. And I don't know. I don't know if it's unreasonable, knowing all of that, to expect them to be able to move any faster.
I guess there's a part of me that has started thinking more like a consumer and a developer from the standpoint of, if I went out today and I reserved my Windows 10 and I get Windows 10 on July 30th and I have literally no benefit to this Windows 10 upgrade in terms of all of these things they've been telling me about, then as a consumer, why do I care about Windows 10 anymore?
What things are you talking about as a consumer?
I'm saying that I will have one store to buy all my things from across my phone and my Xbox and my desktop, and then they give me the shiny new thing, and it's like a car, it's like a Lamborghini with a 140 horse engine in it. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't have, there's nothing behind it. It's like all show, no go.
You're saying,
You know?
what you're saying is there should be the top of the line Netflix app ready to go, and Hulu and all those, the big names that are everywhere with every platform.
Absolutely.
And those apps are in the store right now.
But they're not UWPs.
So what? How? If you're going to think of this from the consumer standpoint, does a consumer really give a flying fuck that it's not UWP on the day Windows 10 is released? Microsoft's not releasing the phone. Most of those consumers have iPhones, so they're not expecting to get Outlook, Universal Outlook Mail on their iPhone downloaded from the Windows 10 store. So I'm not following your logic.
Isn't the Xbox getting Windows 10 in late July?
I don't know when that's getting Windows 10.
I thought it was getting it on launch.
Not that I know of. I don't think we've heard anything yet.
They've said that there is a new dashboard and new experience coming, but they haven't put a date on it. And I think the earliest I saw was speculation about the fall.
I thought it said Windows 10 was coming to Xbox, like the Windows 10, I guess is the way I interpreted it.
Oh, well, it is. It's just I don't know that Microsoft said anything about any of this stuff all converging all exactly at the same time.
It's like Daddy just hit Mommy at the dinner table.
That's funny. So what else is going on? Are we done?
I don't know.
I've been using Android for 3 weeks, but I don't think anybody gives a shit about that.
I'd be interested in hearing about that, Tim.
I've purposely avoided any commentary in our Slack room.
Well, there's a room for you to do that.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck you, Robert, for creating that, and I can't delete it. What kind of nonsense is that? I probably could. I just need to go try. 3
But
weeks.
it's nice having all your apps, though.
I'll tell you this. 3 weeks. Yeah, those are one of the main things. So in the half of the seconds I've been talking, there's Slack. Done. It's just not even a thing. And that's really what it comes down to is I don't think about my phone anymore. I don't think about anything. I don't think about the drama. I don't think about, oh, I wish I could do this. I don't think about anything. I just use it. I unlock my phone, I go into the app I want, and there you go, and I'm done, and that's it. It just works. Shit just exists. I have revelations like, oh hey, I can get that app, like that service I use, you know, the thing that I avoid. Hey, I can get the app. Fucking A. And the best part, the Twitter app got updated 2 days ago. Twitter. When was the last time you saw a Windows Phone app update for Twitter? What? I don't know what you're laughing at. But it's just a little shit like that. Are you
Do you
reading?
not
Andrew?
see Andrew's screen?
Oh, okay. I did not. Thank you for the.
I have to apologize to Brandon. I didn't mean to tear him a new asshole. I got a little carried away. Sorry.
I don't think you did you?
Kind of feels like I did. He had that look on his face like, why are you hitting me at the dinner table? So I thought maybe I
The
should.
kids are sitting right in front of us.
So we
I
go
will-
through some listicles.
Hold on. I will say overall is the OS. So I got a Moto X. It's unlocked. It's unbranded. It's none of that shit. So there's none of the carrier stuff. It's not Samsung, so it doesn't have like the UI. What's frustrating is like the UI for Android is different across every device in every manufacturer, which is obvious for the fragmentation. So it's like, oh hey, I have my Android device. If I want to ask you a question about your HTC, I know we're not talking about the same thing. That's kind of quirky, but that goes back to the I don't think about it anymore. Overall, though, it's just fast. Surprisingly, it's just fast and fluid, and every single app, first or third party, open instantly. It's just fast. So it's
There's a little bit of that fragmentation on Windows Phone, though. Like if you think about it,
it is.
the reason why I don't want to buy the HTC One M8, which I feel is a really sexy phone, is because of all the Lumia apps.
Yep.
Right?
It's
Like,
fragmentation at a different percentage. It's
yeah.
like 98 versus 2, whereas Android is, whatever, like 80, 10, 5, and it's probably not even 80 for Samsung.
So can you set that phone up in such a way as to where you do not use any Google services?
I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty positive, like, when you first sign into the phone, you might need to log in like you do with a Microsoft account on your Windows phone.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, I've got... Honestly, the Outlook app is... First thing I installed was Outlook. It's mediocre on here. I think the iPhone one is probably way better. Honestly, I've been using Google's Inbox for like the last week, and I've actually significantly liked that. So keep in mind, all my email is hosted on Google because I still have that old Google Apps account for free that's hosting like 6 domains for email, 2 or 3 of which I actually use, but that's a pain in the ass to move it somewhere and all that. So I have Google-based email already. I don't know that it makes a huge difference, but other than email, I don't really use. I use Hangouts. My phone's fucking vibrating when Andrew set up the Hangout for the podcast. I couldn't figure out who the hell was calling me. I could have joined on video.
How cool is that?
I'm gonna see if I can do that now.
I bet you have a Periscope app too, don't you?
I can get Periscope. I can get I got fucking Snapchat. My brother sends me a video, and I don't even know how to. I send him a text back because I don't know how to respond. It's hilarious.
Tim's that guy now.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
See, look at that. Are you watching us on your phone? Whoa!
Good gravy.
it's just all the little stuff. Like, it just works. I hate to say it that way. It just works. Apps just work. You know.
All my apps just work. I just don't have a lot of them.
You know, all my Windows Phone ones worked. I'll say they just work better here.
I'll say it again. You know, my new job migrated from a Microsoft Exchange backend to Google Apps, and they're a very, very large company, and I fucking hate it. I hate Google Mail. I don't understand it. It's just
The UI
flooding
takes.
my inbox, and nothing makes sense. It's a shitty experience.
I'd be pissed if I was using it for the daytime dude for work. This is
I can't-
limited
can't
personal
fucking
email.
Calendar notification when I have a meeting. Like, dude, I missed so many meetings in my first days of work.
Yep.
Holy shit. And I called the help desk too, because I was like, all right, I'm gonna play stupid. I'm gonna call the help desk. I'm gonna say, hey, I used to have Outlook because I know they migrated from it, and I would get meeting notices when I had a meeting. How can I get meeting notices with this new Google system? Let's go to calendar settings. So he's like literally going through the settings in Google Calendar, trying to figure out where this thing lives, and saying, there's this Labs tab. It looks like on the Labs tab you could do it. I'm like, what do you mean? It doesn't say I can do it. Or you have to be running in Chrome. Okay, so I'll run Chrome. Do I have to have Chrome running all day in a tab? Yeah, you do. Well, what the fuck?
Well, keep in mind, I mean, yeah, you're going from a desktop app with Outlook and all the glory that actually comes with that to the web-based.
Your company will be back.
I don't think so, man. You should see the people I've talked to about it. I've gone, well, not only that, but what is it, like 2 or 3 of the upper tech C-level folks are ex-Googlers.
There you go.
So I don't think they will. I even went, we have a Slack room, or a team room, right? Slack team, which has something like 200 some channels and over 1,000 people in it. And I went into the general room and I said, hey, I'm curious about this Google thing. I'm new here. I'm curious if we looked into Office 365 at all. And I got so much backlash. Like I said, I'm not saying that Office 365 is cheaper than Google Apps, but you can't tell me Google Apps is free because I know at the level that we're using it, it's not free either. So you can't say it's because Google is free.
They don't even offer free anymore. That's the funny part.
Well, exactly. And so I said, with the Office one, I think it's a better value because you get your desktop apps as well. So I don't know why, it wasn't a serious contender, especially if you used to be on a Microsoft backend. And I got a reply from the director of something in this room that literally said, no joke, I can't go into an interview to hire a new person, tell them we're on the cutting edge of technology, and include Office 365 in that list.
What?
That is exactly what he said. And multiple people in the room basically told me it's a perception thing. Microsoft is cool. That's the reason. That's the reason. And I said,
Wow.
I feel like business
Did you
decisions
show-
should be made on perception.
Did you show them any of the Ninja Cat stickers?
Yeah, I said, I just don't feel like internal business decisions should be made based on perception. But, yeah, so I lost that fight very, very quickly.
Wow.
Are you looking for a new job now?
No, I'm not.
I was going to say you could try and get them fired.
I played stupid, I played the naive. Okay, well, I don't really see how this makes sense. I didn't go in all Microsoft you guys are idiots, but I did,
How hard was that
I
for
have
you?
as much. It was very difficult. I do have as much as I possibly can of Google wired into as many Microsoft apps as I can to actually do get desktop notifications for stuff. That's the only thing that makes this usable for me.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is why I say I don't think we'll be back. I even during the
I take it back.
yeah, during the launch event, was it the Visual Studio launch event? It must have been, where Satya said that they've had like 1,200 some win backs from Google or whatever quote that was that came out. I posted that in a room. I just posted that tweet in the room. No comment, just posted the tweet.
There was a while where we were doing a lot of Google Apps to Office 365 migrations constantly, from small to enterprise for quite a while.
Yeah.
I'm sure they go back and forth all the time, though.
That's an expensive experiment.
It is. Absolutely, it is.
Well, it's what is astounding to me is the psychological impairment that has to take place in order for you to be so unaware of your own bias. I mean, granted, I've got a Microsoft bias, but I would never, if somebody showed me a better product than Outlook, I would never sit there and say, well, that's just not cool. That's not the cool thing. That's not the cutting edge of technology. I mean, if somebody puts the cutting edge of technology in front of you and it lives up to the expectation, that ought to be a pretty easy call. I mean, to go, no, I don't know, nothing to see over there. No, this other thing over here. It's like, good God, what is kind of such a good? I can't even speak. Good gravy.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Like every single person's argument was it's not that it doesn't work, it's that it's not cool. I had multiple people say it's a perception thing. It's a perception thing. Like,
I imagine it's what like having that argument at The Verge is like.
Right.
And Forbes and Bloomberg and probably Yahoo.
Well, you did say it's kind of a startup environment there, didn't you, Brandon?
It's very much a startup environment, and
So that's certainly.
some of the guys that I work with who is insanely intelligent and insanely good at what he does describes our office as a polyglot environment.
Hang on, though. Is the usage of Google for the entire corporation?
It's for the entire corporation, though.
So we're talking 100,000 people?
Lot. Well, like I said, just in the Slack channel alone, there
Oh,
are
yeah,
1,000
right.
people.
Okay, that's right. And
That's
yeah,
just
so
the
they're
Slack
all in. Okay.
So,
I'm guessing at this point you don't want to tell us where your new job is, do you?
well, yeah, I have learned from past mistakes. That's something that I probably should avoid doing. So I'm not going to.
Just get comfortable saying my company.
Right.
Make up a name for it, and just use that company name.
So what I've taken to doing is I don't put it on LinkedIn at all, but I do update my title so that my title is accurate, but it doesn't have where I work. It just has.
You gotta show off that title.
Gotta show off that title.
That's smart.
Somebody told me it was a cumtastic title.
I wonder who that was.
That was not the homosexual.
Oh. That was my first guess.
I can't say it wasn't a homosexual, but it wasn't this homosexual.
I used to say to friends of mine that would, screw around calling me gay, I would say, I have proof of my heterosexuality running around my house. Destroying things.
That's not true.
This word proof, I don't think it means what you think it means.
What did your wife just say? Because she said something.
Yeah, she goes, that's not true.
Well, hey, I think we're keeping Tim awake. I see him yawning over there.
Yeah, I've laid out a few myself.
4 a.m. comes quick, yo.
Yeah, I think that's your problem
Alrighty.
right there. 4 a.m.
I see, just talking about it.
Good grief. Well, all right
all
then.
the listeners, all the viewers are yawning. Everybody wants to go to bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
late.
one of them. Hi,
Hey,
viewer.
Joe, it's good to be back.
I guess we'll be back next week. Same time, same day.
Different grievances.
Yeah,
Except for Brandon.
Except for me, why? What's my grievance?
yeah.
It's gonna
No
be your
Windows
icon.
10 on your
Oh yeah, that would
icon. We paid attention during the show.
Right. Good job, guys. I'm impressed.
Yeah. I'm a good listener.
Are you good? Speaking of being a good listener, Andrew, do you think you'll be making it to the Bill this year?
Bill's a long way off, man.
Better start saving.
I'm not sure what that has to do with being a good listener either, but I guess
clubs.
if you sit in a session, you kind of have to listen.
Well, I was thinking, you know, if you have to share a hotel room with somebody, being a listener would be good.
Is that an offer?
What?
All right, let's shut it down.
I think he's propositioning me. He wants to have a heart-to-heart during build. Okay,
Hey guys.
Y'all
that's
are
good.
gay.
On that note.
Seacrest out.